Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the KDG, and I'm back again with another video. Today, I got a great video with you, for you guys, and I got three wonderful guests. I got Gunnar Sols, I got Gunnar Express, and I got my guy Sahal. We're gonna be talking about Arsenal. We're gonna be talking about the team. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a tier system near the end, just picking some of the peoples we're gonna keep and sell. And right now, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Big up to all you guys. If you guys are here for the first time, this is EGTV, and you can catch me every single day doing transfer stories, everything related to Arsenal, and a little bit of stuff on the wider football, in addition to some of the sports that I love, such as UFC, boxing, and everything else. You can catch me on EGTV here, or you can catch me on Twitter at the KDG on Twitter. Now let's get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. I got my three guys with me. I got Gunnar Sols. Gunnar Sols, what are you saying?
I'm very well, man. How you guys doing?
I'm doing well, man. Tell the people where they can catch you, mate, at the beginning, just so we can get that out of the way first.
Yeah. So you can find me on Gunnar Sols on YouTube or at Leicester Bay Footy on Twitter.
There you go. And then we got Gunnar Express. Gunnar Express, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You want to tell people where they can catch you too?
Yeah, on YouTube at the Gunnar Express, and then on Instagram and Twitter at Gunnar Express _.
There you go. And then Sahal, what are you saying?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You can find me at my Twitter handles right there, Sahal XY at Twitter. And very good evening to everyone, basically.
Yeah, and a good evening to everybody else also. The reason why it's such a good evening is because Emery ended up beating Manchester United in that Champions League final. Did anybody here expect Emery to beat them?
Yeah,
I didn't expect that. You did?
Yeah.
Why?
Easy. I thought it was going to be an easy win for them because the reality is, right, what happens is people underestimate La Liga as this sort of tin cup, competition that there's only 3 teams in. But if you really watch Villarreal, one-off games, they are really good. They've got a good team. This is what people forget. Just because we don't understand who they are, we don't know who Chikwueze is, for example, or Gerard Moreno, or Pau Torres, or Danny Parejo, it doesn't mean they're crap players. It's just the system that, Emery's implemented them in, they utilize those sort of attributes really well. And when you're going into any cup competition, form to a degree does matter. And none of those players, other than maybe Paul Pogba, has shown that they've got the bottle to actually go through with something. And Villarreal wanted it more. I think they needed it more. Obviously, being the fact that they finished 7th, in La Liga, they needed the Europa League. They wanted to have some form of success. This is his competition. He knows how to win it. And when you then give him even decent players, he'll go ahead and do it. So I think people very much so, and even from the match reactions that I've seen, I was like, why did you underestimate them this much? They are a good team.
Facts. I hear that. And do you want to say anything else, Gunnar Express, on the good evening? Hello? You there?
Yeah, go on.
How about this, Gunnar Express? What do you think about Guendouzi's take on the good evening and how he put out this tweet giving some good praise to Unai Emery on accomplishing that goal?
Well, I see some Arsenal fans getting super stressed and angry about it, and I don't get it personally. I mean, he's praising his ex-manager, the man who bought him, the man who let him play, the man who brought him into the team. So what's wrong with that? Obviously, we already knew that they shared quite a special bond because they got on very well. Guendouzi played very well under Emery. So I don't see the issue. I think a lot of fans are just, they don't like Guendouzi. They've made the decision. So much like me with Granit Xhaka, they just want him gone. So they're going to do everything they can to make him look like a bad person to try and get him gone. But I don't see him leaving, personally. I think he'll stay, and I think he'll prove everybody wrong because he is a good midfielder. And he'll show that.
We're gonna talk about Guendouzi in the last segment. Now, just before we go any further, guys, do me a favor, smash the like button, guys. Before we get into the first topic, the first topic is coming up right now, and the first topic, guys, is Matty Ryan. Now, good evening to yourself, Nitish. I see you've joined us. Big up to you, Nitish. Yeah. So the first topic is Matty Ryan. If you guys don't know what the story is with Matt Ryan, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Matt Ryan will be headed back to Brighton Hove Albion after his loan spell has ended at Arsenal. He would like to stay longer at Arsenal, but it seems like Arsenal have made a U-turn on their decision to signing him on a permanent at the end of his time at Brighton. So it looks like we'll be looking for an alternative for a second goalkeeper. What do you guys think about that? And I'm just going to start by saying, you know what? I think this is a good thing. I think we should be getting somebody who is with a better scope to grow, a younger person to come in to back up Leno. And if we're going to replace Leno, get Leno's replacement in right now and keep Matt Ryan as a backup. That's my take. If Leno's staying for this year, get a younger long-term replacement. If Leno's leaving this year, you have to replace him immediately. But yeah, let me throw it over back to you guys. Gunnar Solz, what are you saying?
I don't really know, to be honest. I do think he's an okay keeper as a backup, and I think he's happy being a backup, and that's the only reason why I'm a little bit conflicted whether I actually agree with the decision of letting him go, because the problem with goalkeepers is they have very little opportunities to actually get game time, and if a keeper is willing to be a backup, especially a keeper of his quality, he's a Premier League proven keeper. You might not be the best, but he is competent. That's what you need in a backup. But if we're gonna, the problem is we're in this sort of turmoil where we don't really know who's staying, who's going, and how much can actually be done in this window. It's looking like Leno's gone. I don't think he's staying. It seems all the signs are pointing towards him going. So what I would do is get a very, very good goalkeeper that can play the system that's looking like what Arteta wants to play, out of the back and be very composed when playing out of the back, which Leno isn't. And give Karl Heinz a chance or something, as a backup, or get one of the young youth goalkeepers in, because it doesn't seem like we can't fix too many problems in one window. We don't have the budget. We don't seem to want to spend enough money to deal with all those problems. So Matt Ryan for a free would have been perfect. That's why I'm a bit conflicted to why we haven't gone for it, because he's experienced, he's played enough in the Premier League. So I'm a bit 50-50. I don't mind it because if we go and get a better keeper, but for me, because Leno's going, it would have made sense to me to keep him on a free. He would have had low wages, would have accepted the fact he's a backup, and we could have just gone ahead and got a first-team keeper, spent a lot more money on that, but now we might need to split that budget to get a backup and a main keeper, which is my only concern with that.
Facts. Sahal, do you want to jump on this?
Yeah, basically, yet again, this shows incompetence in our board. Yet again, incompetence on Edu and all of them. They should just sign Matt Ryan. He's literally for free. I don't understand. He's a free agent. Bernardo looks like he's leaving. It makes zero. Yet again, we do stupid things. You keep Matt Ryan. He's happy here. He's happy to be a backup, and he's a free agent. It's literally hitting a ball like a free shot. Why are we? Then we need to get two goalkeepers because Runeson ain't good enough. Yet again, another example of how bad our ownership is, our board is, by getting these people that are incompetent to run this show. I mean, Matt Ryan should be signed, and we should not think about it because he's a very good goalkeeper. I think he's better on the feet than Leno. I think he's good enough to be our number one, and he'd be okay if he was our number one, for a couple of weeks. Even if we don't buy a goalkeeper, you can trust him for being the number one for a couple of weeks. I don't trust this board and this show again that we're gonna go to a season that we might not even have two goalkeepers. I mean, how disastrous would that be?
That would be bad. Now, the Gunnar Express and Nitish, I'm going to throw the next one over to you guys because there's so much that we need to get through. This one here sounds crazy. Apparently, but we're going to let William Saliba go to Bayer Leverkusen. We're going to let William Saliba leave us after not even playing for the first team in one Premier League game or one competition at all. He's only played in a preseason game. So we could let William Saliba leave without actually playing one game in the first team. Gunnar Express, what do you think about that?
I think it's a bunch of rubbish, personally. If we let him leave, I want whoever signed him sacked. I want whoever sold him sacked because he has got talent. He's shown that at Nice. And again, whether people want to admit that the French league is good or bad, I don't care. He's shown talent that surpasses the French league. So for me, he's got to stay. I think he will stay. But if he was to leave, it kind of sounds like... for me, what I think the journalists are trying to do, because we know they love playing games of Arsenal like this, what they're trying to do is link this to some sort of Tapsoba deal. They'll say within a few weeks that they're going to swap Saliba for Tapsoba and stuff like that. It's just a bunch of rubbish. They ain't selling Saliba. And again, if they do, our board, seriously, what else can you say? Because again, the kid has talent.
Madness.
And we're just going to get rid of him, but I don't see it.
I hear that. I don't think we're gonna let Saliba go. But just before I let Gunnar Solskjaer go, I need to let Nitish have his say on this. Nitish, what do you think about Saliba and everything going on? Do you think he's going to end up leaving before he even kicks a ball for the first team? Does that sound realistic?
I am not sure about that, but because I get the feeling that because of what happened, like the way he was coming out and openly not happy and all the controversy surrounding it, I think they may consider what maybe what offers they can probably get and what kind of players they can bring in if Saliba is going. So the thing is, you need to understand one thing. I agree with a lot of things that are being said, that the management is not capable completely. But the other thing is that you need to understand that Arsenal is not the best place for a young talent to be grooming that great. I mean, which young talent would definitely want to come to Arsenal to be groomed into a better player? Not a lot of them. So if Saliba is not ready to stay at Arsenal, no matter what the club says or the Arteta says or anyone says, he's not going to stay. So it is more also dependent on what he's feeling about Arsenal as a club. And if we are getting like a good bargain, like we have a lot of voids that we need to fill. So if we are able to fill another void by letting him go and he wants to go, then I think we should take that and we should try to get a good centre-back, Premier League proven centre-back as well.
Okay, I hear that. Next, Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm going to throw it over to you. This right here sounds crazy, that we're not going to even give him a chance. Now, Arteta's management style has too much egos. With Saliba, Guendouzi, Torreira, all have not been given a fair management. Arteta must accept players, all treat them well, common fam. Okay, so he's basically saying he feels like Arteta's man management has led to this kind of problem. What do you have to say about that?
I think with the Saliba one, I think people are being a little bit too harsh saying that he's badly managed him, because what you've got to understand is the mental health side of footballers as well. Losing his mum, losing his dad. Probably the worst thing for him to be was be in England. And I know a lot of people are saying he was going to be loaned out to England and English clubs instead. But I want to pose the question like this, right? So we know how toxic our fan base is. Like, let's not, beat around the bush on that. We have got one of the most toxic fan bases in the Premier League. If Saliba puts in a bad performance, or let's say he puts in 5 or 6 performances that are not adequate or not good enough, and this fan base will turn. They'll start saying crap to him. They'll start sending him abuse. Look at how many good players are getting racially abused. Imagine what Saliba would have got. I'm not saying it would have been from our fan base. I'm just saying in general, in football, players are getting abused, whether they're good, bad, or not good enough. And I think what Arteta's done is looked at the situation and thought, I want to protect him because I do see something in him. And he said, you know what, maybe going back to France or going on a loan somewhere just to get those minutes in your legs, because we would have had Gabriel and Saliba who have been out of football for nearly 6 to 8 months. That would have been too many players who haven't got the fitness to start the season. Now, I understand, yes, you can give him cup competitions such as the Carabao Cup. You can give him the FA Cup, especially the earlier rounds, and see how it goes. Now, I think the loan was the best thing to happen to him personally, because it gave him guaranteed first team minutes. And now we know he's good enough. I think he is coming back and he will play next season. But I think what this whole Leverkusen thing is more journalism's just trying to spin a story to either drive up the price of Tapsoba or to drive up the price of Saliba and try and get his prices up. But I just don't. I don't. For me,
we're gonna get to Tapsoba. We're gonna get to Tapsoba in a second.
Yeah, but I don't think there's substance to it.
Yeah, basically, my thing is about, as you said, my issue with Saliba is yet again it shows you incompetence on the board and whoever's run, because we could have put him on loan in the summer. We could put him on the loan when he was doing absolutely nothing until January. He was just sitting on the bench doing nothing. Yet again, it shows you how stupid who is running this club is. Like, we should have put him on loan earlier, and we should have made that decision earlier. And yet again, this shows you the incompetence of the people that's running this club. Because why? If he wasn't,
I can't hear you, Sahal. Sahal, jump back in. Your
Sahal
audio
sounds like a
guys.
Nico.
We need to move on. We need to move on. But what I'm going to say is there's some people throwing in comments. Arsenal is not going to attract big talents with the lack of European competition. Better to lock down the exciting talents and also trust Kroenke to spend big after the European Super League shut down. Oh, you trust Kroenke in the same sentence? I don't know how you're putting trust in Kroenke in the same sentence. Iga, have you been crying? Question mark. Why would I be crying? Okay.
Ignore. That's some 40-year-old virgin who never had a life. Ignore.
That's down to the incompetence of the board and Edu. I hear that. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to the next topic. The next topic is Reiss Nelson. I'm gonna keep this one short. If you guys want to jump in, let me know. Reiss Nelson. The story with Reiss Nelson is that Reiss Nelson will most likely be loaned out next season. Arsenal hope to loan out Reiss Nelson for another season next year. Football London suggested there could be a permanent offer even that they might consider it. So they might be looking to get rid of Reiss Nelson. Now, in my opinion, getting rid of Reiss Nelson, he hasn't been given a fair chance. But if he was to go, I would be okay with it because I feel like as long as we can get a decent fee, anyone can go for the right price. Gunnar Express?
Yeah, I would accept nothing less than 15 million now. Yeah, I get he hasn't played. Jerry might not be the best player, but he, for one, is definitely one that's been mistreated by Arteta. I'm not hearing any excuses for Arteta on this one. He was playing for a while, did pretty decent to be fair to him, and then was just completely dropped out the team, put in the under-23s where he didn't do too well. But I don't blame him for that because he's not built for the under-23s. He's meant to be playing in a proper first-team squad, and he isn't. So I'd loan him out though. I think that would be his best, the best thing for him. But again, 15 million, you can have him, but anything less than that, then I don't want.
Anybody have anything different to say? Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah.
Or Nitish?
Just want to add, he's never going to get ahead of Xhaka or Pepe in the team. So if they're playing on the right wing, what's the point of keeping him anyways? Rather than try to just sell him for a good price, get in another player, maybe who can play as a cam or maybe some other position that needs to be filled. He's not going to get ahead of those two guys. We spent 72 million on Pepe, even though his price tag was overpriced, but we're not going to play a youngster who's not even proven himself in the opportunities that he's gotten over a 72 million player.
Yeah, that's facts. Now, the next story, just before we get there, I want to say good evening to Reiss. Reiss, what are you saying?
Yo, yeah, I'm good. I'm still dancing at that Xhaka news, to be honest.
We haven't gotten there yet. Don't spoil the party for them. Don't spoil the party for them. But yo, the next one is a guy who got chased out by his fans, but somehow the club wants to buy him. Schalke are apparently willing to give us money for Kolasinac. I know it sounds ridiculous, but apparently they're willing to give us money for Kolasinac. Apparently Schalke are desperate to complete the transfer for the left back, Sead Kolasinac. This is great news for us. We can get him off the books. I'm going to throw it over to you, Gunnar Solskjaer, first. What do you think about Sead Kolasinac staying at Schalke? That's a great deal for us, no?
Can I add one sentence before that? Are you sure you read it? Are you sure Schalke is desperate or Arsenal is desperate in this case?
Schalke is desperate.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Gunnar Solskjaer.
The dog can hit him on the way out, man. I really don't care. He can go. He's one of the reasons why this club has been in despair. I don't think he's good enough. I think it made sense. The business made sense. Bundesliga Player of the Year, in the team of the season. Sorry, obviously one of the most sought after left backs in the Bundesliga. It made sense for a free. I know we paid a bit too much in wages, but that always happens when you have a free transfer. The signing made sense. It just hasn't worked out. I think some of his attitude isn't great. Yeah, he can go. Do you know what he is? I want a ruthless mentality at this club. I want us to go back to where we used to be in a sense of if they haven't worked out, sell them. Don't even dwindle on them. Don't even give them another chance. He's had enough chances. Now it's time to get rid and reinvest and get a proper backup left back, or get a left back and then have Tierney as the sort of cover because of the injuries. If he can stay injury free, perfect. But that's what I'd do.
Yeah, and guys in the chat, everybody watching, Appreciate your chats. I'll be reading them out throughout the video. If you guys want, you can send super chats. And also, don't forget to like the video. We currently have 20 likes. There's about 50 people in the chat. If you guys at least get it to 35 plus, that should be easy for you guys. That's only 50 more likes. Now, my guy here says Egal. He spelled my name wrong, but it's okay. The question, do Arsenal fans trust Kroenke to spend money? A lot of supporters are okay with the young talents like Saliba and Reiss Nelson being sold. Kroenke just would Kroenke just sell without reinvesting? Okay, if Gunnar Express answers that, I know what he's going to say, and I probably agree with him. Gunnar Express, what do you think about that question?
What's the question?
Would Kroenke reinvest the money if we sold Saliba and Reiss Nelson, or would he pocket it?
Well, exactly, no. Of course he wouldn't. I mean, again, I don't know why people are so excited for this summer. I keep saying this. He's not going to spend big money. We're going to have to sell players that are worth a lot of money to buy the players that we want. So keep getting excited about your Basumas and your Aarons, but when you see some of the bigger players that the fans leave, then don't come crying to me about it because I've been saying it.
Yo, you're a Debbie Downer. You're a Debbie Downer, man. But yo, let's go to Realist. Realist, what are you saying?
Yo, I personally don't think Kroenke was spend that big in terms of 200, but I do think it was spent because of the pressure that's been applied by the fans. I don't trust Kroenke and what he does. I don't trust the board. I don't trust anyone. I don't even trust Arteta himself. But it's just, and I've always said this summer is going to be one of the most important summers for the last, 8, 9, 10 years. This summer is so crucial to what happens in next season, whether we get top 4, if it's possible, top 6, even top 10. Because this club, God knows where it's going to go if the right amount of spending or the right amount or the players that we need don't come, because we desperately need players if we want to go back to where we were.
Okay, so one of the players that we're trying to move out is Hector Bellerin, and if you guys haven't heard, there's a possible move that could favor us. So Real Betis are one of the teams that now want Hector Bellerin. They're super interested, and Hector Bellerin's on their radar. And one of the players that they have currently in their ranks that they're sharing with Barcelona is one of the players that we're interested in buying ourselves, Emerson Royal. So we could possibly see a possible, it wouldn't be a swap deal, but it would be Hector Bellerin going one way for cash, and then we would try to sanction a move for Emerson Royal with the permission of Barcelona and Real Betis. Now, is this something we would like? First of all, Hector Bellerin, I would love to sell Hector Bellerin. I think everybody here would. Am I right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nitish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
now,
we need
the question is Hector Bellerin going to Real Betis, would you take Emerson Royal in the other way, or would you rather just take the money and reinvest it whichever way you feel fit?
I don't think he's going to accept Real Betis personally. I think he thinks of himself to be a lot higher in terms of his own caliber, and I don't think he'll go to a club like Real Betis. But if he does, it would shock me. It genuinely would, and it'd show his loser mentality even further. Especially when you're saying the likes of Sanchez trains too hard and stuff like that. Real Betis is his level, but he doesn't think that. But personally, I think take the money, look at what the options out there are, because obviously we're linked to the likes of Aarons, we're linked to the obviously Emerson being the other one, and Hakimi's being the third. I'm not saying anything's going to happen. But there are rumours of Aarons and Hakimi especially being the two that we're heavily linked to, and I just think they're better personally for me, because Aarons, number one, he's English proven. Like, he's played it in the Championship. Even when you look at him in the Premier League when Norwich had that season, he's a good player. Even if you look at him at the under-23s for England, he seems to have what we need and what I hate to say, but what Arteta wants. This sort of attacking fullback. And with Emerson, the verdict for me is still out on him. I've seen him a bit this season. He is a good player. I'm not denying his talents, but the verdict's still out for me. But Hakimi's proven it, and Max Aarons, for me, has proven enough to me to suggest he can handle the physicality of the Premier League. So that's what I would do personally, is take the money and look at other options first. And then if it comes to it, I'd get Emerson as a third choice. Okay, so take the money and run. Basically. I'd sell Hector Bellerin, can piss off with Granit Xhaka, with all of them, man. Yeah, he needs to go personally, but I just don't think he'll accept Real Betis. I think if a PSG come in or a Barcelona, he'll say yes to them, but I don't know about Betis personally.
Gunner Express, keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Nitish?
I obviously want a replacement. I don't, as a lot of people have said, I don't trust the Cronkies with cash in their hands. So I would take a swap deal where we may have to pay a little bit of cash as well to go alongside Hector Bellerin. I don't want any money in the hands of the recruitment. I want a direct player coming in, knowing that at least this player maybe can develop in the next 2 to 3 years. So as I have been saying this a lot, I don't mind Arsenal making swap deals as long as the other player that is coming in is good. And I think Emerson is a good player. So, I mean, he's not Premier League proven, obviously, but I think in comparison to Bellerin, obviously an upgrade. And we shouldn't give the money into the hands of either the Cronkies or the recruitment and get in at least Emerson while we still can. We don't want to be pushing to that last day of the transfer window and then suddenly buying a player randomly out of the window.
Yeah, you don't want a Junior Frimpong situation last day of the window. Okay, the next question is, I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna throw it over to you, Reiss.
Yeah.
If I told you we need another center back, would you go after this kid that we're trying to get from Leverkusen in Tapsoba?
Yeah, Edmond Tapsoba. Listen, I love the kid. I've watched him a bit alive by Leverkusen. I do watch a bit of Bundesliga when I do have time. Great centre back. He's physical, he has all the strengths, he's great at passing, he has all the tools to become a great centre back. But a release clause of 44 million just isn't worth it in my eyes. If you understand what I mean, you have I would say 4 good centre backs in Saliba, Holding, average player, but I'd keep him as a 4th choice centre back if I could. You then have Gabriel. He's a very good centre back. Mavropanos, if you want to keep. I've always said in my eyes that you cannot play, if you want to be successful in the Premier League, you cannot play 2 young centre backs in the Premier League. It's impossible. I don't want to see Gabriel and Saliba in the same back line. Yeah. Because if you play with 38 games in the Premier League with Gabriel and Saliba, you're begging for mistakes to happen. I can see 40 plus goals conceded. So I do want to see a centre back, but a centre back with experience and Premier League proven.
Okay. The question is, who says yes? So he said no. Nitish?
Again, the problem with Arsenal is, and I will say this to an extent with Arsenal fans, is I know that we don't want someone who's inexperienced, but then what happens is our club tries to get the experienced one and never ends up getting the experienced one.
Yeah.
So that is my only major concern every time I hear a transfer and I say no, that will we be getting someone better? If we get someone better, if we get someone experienced, like maybe I would have gone for a Lewis Dunk or maybe a Tarkowski before going for an inexperienced centre back if I have to go for another one. But the thing is, will our club actually end up getting those kind of players? I don't think so. So we can try to get in a few youngsters, but the pricing, the 44 million is a problem. If Hector Bellerin is going the other way and we get a massive discount of say around 30 odd million or 20 odd million, I think then the price tag is maybe worth going for.
Someone said 3 at the back tax. Does that mean he plays only 3 at the back, Gunner Express?
I don't know what that guy's on about. He never plays 3 at the back. They play a 4 at the back pretty much every game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And then Gunnar Solis, what were you saying about Tapsoba? Would you be interested in him?
I think it's the same situation. I'm gonna bring it back to Pepe. Right player, wrong time. And I think that's the same with Tapsoba. I'm not denying his talents. I'm not saying he's not a good defender. All I'm saying is it's just not what we need right now. Maybe in the future we might need a player like him. I think right now we need someone with a bit of experience, a bit of leadership, especially in that back line. And obviously with David Luiz going, we don't have that. And I'm not saying David Luiz should have stayed because of this. I'm just saying I think we need someone who's a little bit more senior to nurture the players like Saliba and the likes of Gabriel. And if we then add Tapsoba to it, he's another 22, turning 23 in February, I believe. It's just not, I don't think it's the right profile. We need a leader, especially we lack leaders. We don't really have any. So if we then put 2 young centre-backs there with not a single leader in that back line, you're asking for problems. Look at what the senior defenders are doing. So if you then add youngsters who are learning the craft in the Premier League, you're asking for trouble. And it's hard because he could come in and be a Koulibaly, for example, and be this leader we never knew he was. But the opposite could happen, which is more likely to happen. He might not be vocal. He might be someone who's a little bit like, oh, I'm at Arsenal Football Club. Look at the superstars in front of me. Look. Then we don't have many, but they're going to look at the likes of Pepe and go, oh, he's a big player. Saka, he's proving himself. Aubameyang, and he might be timid. He might not be able to say to them, yo, you need to track back. So, but whereas with a senior head, he won't give a shit because he'd be like, I'm at the end of my career. I want to win something. I'm going to tell Aubameyang to track back. I'm going to tell Saka to come back. I'm going to tell Pepe to track back. And he's going to have that seniority in him. And that's my only concern.
And can I just add one thing?
Just before you go, mate, I'm going to have to go on to the next topic. But before you go on to the next topic, Nitish, can you keep it short and sweet, please?
Yeah, I was just saying a lot of clubs say that the centre-back has to be ideally the captain of the team. So we need such a captain right now because if Xhaka is also going, David Luiz is going, we don't have any leaders in our team.
I hear that. All right. So next topic, you just literally gave me the perfect segue. So we're going to talk about Granit Xhaka now. Before we go on to Granit Xhaka, I need you guys to do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like on the button. Smash the like button. And everybody watching on Facebook, if you want to watch the rest of the video, come join us on YouTube. Now, that's called burying the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's continue. Everyone watching on YouTube, yes, we got about 60 of you guys. Do me a favor. Let's at least get past 30 likes. That shouldn't be hard. 3 more likes. We get past 30. That'd be really nice, people. Now let's continue. Granit Xhaka has been linked to Roma, and he's been linked to Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho has supposedly said that he wants Granit Xhaka as one of his midfield options, his priorities this summer after coming into Roma for his new managerial job. He wants Granit Xhaka. He's identified him as one of his midfield options. He's identified him and Nemanja Matic of Manchester United. He wants both of them to come into his midfield over there at Rome. Now, I feel like Granit Xhaka would be suited so well to the game over there in Italy. And I feel like if we were to let him go, I'm not saying it's a mistake, but we might regret it because he might perform so much better in a league where the game is slower, everything else. Now, personally, I would keep Granit Xhaka and make him a bench option, but I don't think as a player he wants to do that. So this is why I think this move is being orchestrated by his team. But I'm going to throw it over to the guys and people in the comment section. Let me know. Granit Xhaka, do we keep him or do we sell him? And if we do sell him, how much? And if we don't sell him, what do we do with him? Is he going to be a bench player or a starter? Let me know in the comment section right now. I'm going to throw it over to you, Gunnar Souls. What are you saying?
Sell. Get him out of this club. I'm done with this twerk fest for Xhaka, man. What's the man done? Oh, he's had an all right season. You know what the funny thing is? People are saying he's had a good season, but he was still shit. So, like, what does that say about him? He's had one of his best seasons at Arsenal, supposedly. And if this is the best we're getting from Granit Xhaka, fuck off, man. Piss off. Get the hell out of here. Take whatever you can and run. No, he will suit, the Syria. That's where he's suited a slower pace game where he can have 100 years to make a decision on what he wants to do. That's what he suits. He's a slower player. He's not mobile enough for the Premier League. And I'm done with this sentiment. Just get rid. If they're not good enough, if they haven't worked out, get rid. Why are we holding on to players? What are we holding them on for? Do you know, the thing is, I'd rather give Aziz a chance. Because at least that way we know, right, all right, he's got a ceiling. He's got a chance. Especially to bring in the likes of Basuma, we're going to have to sell players. Unfortunately, that's just the model we work with. I think the Cronkies may give him like 10 million or 20 million to work with, and then everything else has to be sold to purchase these players. If Basuma is so happy to come to Arsenal, sell Xhaka, tell him to piss off and get the Basumas in, because Xhaka isn't good. I don't understand the twerk fest for him. Do people watch football or do people watch Optastats and live SofaScore?
Man said, people scapegoat him too much. Another one said, this season, what? Keep. We have little to no options, unfortunately. Gunnar Express.
Yeah, get him gone. He's trash. End of story. I mean, again, like Saul said it perfectly. This has been his best season for Arsenal in a lot of Xhaka fans' eyes, yet he's still been shit. So what does that say? He ain't good enough. That's it. I'm sorry, he is not good enough. And I get that a lot of people like him for whatever reason, but this guy told the fans to fuck off. So Xhaka, You know what to do. Go away.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna move on. Natish, Granit Xhaka, move him.
See, we have to sell him. There is no doubt about it. But he's not. He shouldn't be the first midfielder to be sold. We need to get rid of El Neni before him. We need to get rid of our non-performing players before him. The one of the reasons. See, even though people may say Mourinho is finished, why is Mourinho even looking at Xhaka? Obviously, the guy got Hobart at Spurs, and look what he did with that midfielder. So he can see something based on this season alone that Xhaka has done that he can probably use at Roma as well. Now, till last season, even I was saying that get rid of Xhaka. But we need to understand there are two things that he has positive. One, he's not injury prone. Yeah,
Natish,
okay.
I'm gonna have to cut you off there. Sorry, because I knew you were gonna go on a tangent. Now, realist.
Yeah.
Just keep it short and sweet. Keep him, sell him.
Xhaka, I'd sell him. His best
Okay, and if
season's
you
been-
sell him, how much?
This is my problem because it's not just with Xhaka. It's with you have to understand we're selling all our players to clubs that have no money. Yeah, Schalke have been relegated. Roma not going to offer us no money, or going to offer us in between 10 and 20 mil because Arsenal never get the money that they're supposed
Apparently,
to
they're
get.
offering 25 mil.
Oh,
Yeah,
take it and run.
25 million euros.
They'll take it around, but Arsenal will somehow just try to fuck it up somehow.
Arsenal
'Cause
wants
it's Arsenal.
30 million pounds.
They won't get. They'll probably get 18.
A difference of 7 million pounds, basically.
They won't get.
Okay. Anyways, continuing on. So moving on to the next topic. Just before we go, let me see what the people say in the comment section. What are they saying? Granit Xhaka and cash for Pellegrini. They're not going to give us Pellegrini.
Pellegrini, I wouldn't take him.
I wouldn't say he's shit. He's been shit personally. I'm bored of the Arsenal squad making mistakes. Yo, Sean is right. He's bored of players making mistakes. That's true. Why you so slow to sack Arteta? Get someone else. That's what he says. We will get 20 million for him. 20 million. 25 million euros. Roma want to give us 10 million on add-ons. Oh wow.
Yeah, see. So
it is.
We'll probably,
Yo, Tim, have a good one. Gotta go. Be safe, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Ruben Neves. I mentioned Ruben Neves' name today on Twitter. People lost their mind. Absolutely lost their mind. So I said, yo, let's get Ruben Neves. He's supposedly gonna cost around 35 million, but that price is actually not the price that they're throwing around today. They're even throwing around less than that. They're saying around 25 million. So we could sell Granit Xhaka hypothetically and get Neves in as a like-for-like replacement financially. Is this the guy that you guys want to go after? And if not, why?
No.
No.
Not first choice anyway. Someone on the bench, maybe someone to come in for cup games, but not as a starter. For me, he is a good player. I think he's got good attributes about him. But if we're trying to compete, especially for like a top 4 finish or a top 6 finish, we're going to need to be a little bit more ruthless in that. We need a bit more quality. For me, it's Basuma first, and then anyone else can come in. That's just the way I'm looking at it. Basuma has to be the first signing we make in that midfield. That's just my personal opinion. That's the one I want. If Ruben Neves is a bonus to that, alongside all the other signings we need to make, then yeah, bring a Ruben Neves in. But that for me is like long down the list of players that I want to bring in.
All right, guys said I would get Neves for 50 million. Someone's audio is acting up. I don't know whose that is, but someone's audio is acting up. All right, realist, you were gonna say something before Souls went. What were you gonna say?
I wouldn't take Neves. Neves is one of them players he's average at everything, but when he's outside the box, you just spam shoot on FIFA. He's that type of player. In terms of Locatelli and Pellegrini, they're both good players. Pellegrini is brilliant technically, but them players they're slow. If you understand what I mean, and that's the same with Xhaka. When you see, obviously Arsenal, we need that. Obviously, we need that midfield that links from defense to attack because our transition is slow as hell. We cannot transition for our lives. If we transition like at 2 miles per hour. We're just so slow at transitioning, and if we have Basuma, it just speeds things up. We have someone that's good defensively, someone that can attack, someone that can shoot, someone that can do everything and someone that most importantly levels up from the player that Xhaka is. So yeah.
All right. Nitish and Gunnar Express, were you guys going to say anything different from what we've already heard? No?
I feel we need a workhorse next to Thomas Partey. We don't need someone who's slow. We don't need a player like Neves. We don't need a player like Jorginho. We need a workhorse there who will support Partey so that Partey can play his football freely. So if we get such a player, that is what I want. I would have taken Doucouré last year, but we never went for such a guy. But at the end, we need such a player.
Okay. Gunnar Express?
No, I think there's better out there. The likes of Coop Miners as well. For 35 million, not worth it.
Okay. So today reported Zidane has decided to leave Real Madrid. Immediate effect. So you know what that means, guys?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's considering taking over the France job after Deschamps retires.
No, but do you know what that means for us?
Odegaard's
He
gone.
ain't coming. He ain't coming either.
Zidane's exit means Odegaard.
Odegaard's unlikely. Yeah,
Odegaard's move is done. Odegaard's move is dead in the water. There you go. Fabrizio Romano saying that Zidane has decided to leave Real Madrid with immediate effect. This was today at 10. This was yesterday at 10 p.m. He said this.
Yeah.
So since Zidane is now most likely going to be leaving, that means Odegaard is out the door. Odegaard deal will not be happening anymore. Now that the Odegaard deal will no longer be happening, we know for a fact that the club will have to go and get a different player in. And all this Odegaard stuff, it was nice, but was he even successful as a transfer?
No.
Was he a good loan deal? Because he did score some goals, he did well, but was he in the way of Smith Rowe's development in the time that he was here? What do you guys have to say? Gunnar Express, I hear you saying some things. What do you got to say?
Yeah, he's trash. Don't want him. He failed as a wonder kid for a reason. He's not good enough. End of story again. Madrid need a player like him, and they haven't used him. So it shows that obviously he can't be that good. I get that he had his spats with Zidane, but
Zidane to Arsenal. Okay,
so.
let's ask this question. Zidane to Arsenal.
Yes, definitely. 100%.
No,
He's a great man manager. I'll tell
Definitely
you that.
not.
He's definitely a great man.
He's a triple Champions League winner. Yes.
He's not a great tactician, but he's an amazing man manager.
He's a triple Champions League winner. He has to be good at something. You don't win 3 Champions Leagues for no reason. This guy has won 3 Champions Leagues. He's been in 4 Champions League finals. He's a good manager. And
I just think
easily improve Arsenal.
What were you gonna say?
Huh?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go on.
Oh! In terms of Zidane, I think Zidane's squad got him more to the Champions League than himself tactically. That's what I think.
It's true.
I'm being honest.
Go
on.
No, Gunnar Solskjaer, you're gonna add?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, he's thrown away the league, he's thrown away the Copa del Rey, he's thrown away other domestic competitions, and he's solely focused on the Champions League. If you think about a team of superstars focusing on one thing and one thing only in a knockout competition, all you need to do is win your games. And it's easy. And Zidane came out and said it himself, it's easier to win the Champions League than it is to win a domestic league. That goes to show, like, all he did, because he's thrown it away. Even if you look at the 4 years or whatever it was that he was at Real Madrid, all he did was win the Champions League in them, bar his first season, which he won the league as well. Other than that, he's thrown
something that we've never won. Yeah.
Guys in the chat, do me a favor. There's
get
93 people in the chat,
that.
and we can't even get to 50 likes. Please, guys, just hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. It really helps the channel out. If you could do that for me, that it's free. It will help me out a lot. Next, I'm gonna throw it to you, Nitish.
Yeah, Zidane is not someone who builds the squad from the scratch and makes it into a big team. If there is already a decent team, he can make it a bit better by his inputs. I'm not denying that, but he's not going to be someone who's going to develop a team from the grassroots and say, okay, I will bring in these many youngsters and develop them and grow them. No, that's not going to happen. That is why he's left already Real Madrid twice, because of his differences with them spending or not spending, on whatever differences he has with the club overall. So because he had a good team, he can make it better. But if he has a trash team, he's not going to make it good. That is the main problem. So I wouldn't take him at Arsenal.
Okay, so
Can I just quickly say one thing? There you go.
Yeah, go ahead. Before
you guys best hope that Eck doesn't take over then, because he wants Zidane as his main manager. So
we got Tommy here. Tommy, what's going on?
How the hell? What's everyone saying about Zidane? Why is everyone going in on Zidane?
Hey, not me, bro.
Zidane leaving. No, Zidane leaving affects us because that means Odegaard's no longer going to be signing for the club.
Oh well, Odegaard ain't really done anything anyway, so I wouldn't lose sleep over it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He didn't do that much, but Zidane's a good manager, man. You're saying that.
Oh, yo, did you hear Coutinho's link to West Ham?
Oh, mate, imagine we actually got him though. Could you imagine? Oh, but no, I don't know about him. I wouldn't get him because I feel like he'd be on.
I'd laugh at you.
Coutinho is linked to. Let me tell you guys who he's linked to. He's linked to West Ham, Everton, Leicester, Arsenal, Tottenham, and 7 other clubs across Europe.
Yeah, he's downgraded massively.
Tommy, bro,
Barcelona are so desperate to offload him. He's been linked to Arsenal, I think 6 times in the last 2 years.
I'll take him on a free. I ain't paying for him. I would not.
You take him at West Ham. Let's just clarify that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If we were to sign Coutinho, we have not learned any lessons from our past. If we sign Coutinho, that means we have not learned from any of our deals that we've ever done. If we were to have tried to sign Isco, we would have not learned from anything. Signing Coutinho, to me, is a backward step. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying the profile of player, the age, everything, and also reputation coming back from Barcelona after failing, and also knowing that he's going to be on big wages, it makes no sense why we should get a Coutinho.
Yeah, last time he was linked with Arsenal, they wanted 10 million a season for loan. So what's the point of getting in such a player? If he fails, 10 million gone down the drain. We can spend it on bringing in another signing for that purpose, for that money.
They're letting him leave on a free transfer, but they're so desperate to let him go, they're going to rip up his contract.
I think that is more because they are in debt and they want to save as much money as possible.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So you guys are saying that enough of that, right? Coutinho, we know it's not going to happen, right?
And I hope it doesn't.
All right. So for the last 15 minutes of the video, I've saved this. This is going to be fun. I'm not letting nobody else in. We're just going to do keep and sell. Only 2 categories. So first person, Gunnar Solskjaer, Aubameyang, keep or sell if it was up to you.
Keep.
Everyone agrees?
No, sell.
No.
Okay, hear me out. It has to be realistic. Can we actually sell Aubameyang this season? I don't see how we'd be able to sell him.
He would
How
have
many
to
years
take
you got
a
left on his contract? How many years you got left on his contract?
2.
2 more.
Oh,
well, who would buy him?
To be honest,
you put yourself in a
it's
massive
the wages.
thing again, didn't you? Yeah, you've made
exactly.
Ozil, isn't it?
All
the wages.
All the Arsenal fans that think they're super positive were screaming and crying about how we've got rid of the wage bill. Oh, Arteta's so great, Edu's so great. Yeah, we did, and then we went and put Aubameyang on £375,000 a week, so it completely ruined what we did.
Okay,
so
guys, hear me out. We only have 10 more minutes for the video. Let's try to go through this quickly. No explanations. Everyone just tell me if they want to keep, sell, and then I'm gonna take the majority. Okay. So Hector Bellerin. Everyone agrees to sell, right?
Sell.
Okay. Realistically, we will not be able to sell Cedric after giving him a 4-year contract the year before that. But do you guys think keep him makes sense?
Yeah, I'd keep him.
Yeah.
I won't sell
Good versatile backup.
Chambers, keep?
Definitely keep.
Yeah, I'd keep him.
Okay. El Neni.
Sell.
Everyone's selling El Neni.
Yeah.
If we only get one midfielder in, I'd keep him and sell Xhaka instead.
Okay. Next. Thank you everyone for smashing those like buttons. Let's try to get to 60 likes now. We're almost there. Gabriel, we're keeping.
Keep.
Saka, we're keeping.
Yeah.
Pepe, we're keeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arte, we're keeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Martinelli, we're keeping.
Yes.
100%.
Sell
Kieran
Holding.
Tierney we're keeping.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Keep your
Did you say sell Martinelli?
No, I said sell Holding. I thought you were going on the order.
No.
Oh,
Emma Smith-Rowe we're keeping.
yes.
Yeah, keep
Yes.
it, bro.
Saliba.
Keep him.
Keeping.
Okay. I'm trying to get through everybody that we're gonna keep, and then that's
I
pretty
think
much.
these are now the 50-50
Okay,
share.
so some of these guys are no longer at the club. So
Just put them in sell. Yeah.
Pablo Mari.
Keep him.
Keep him.
I'll keep him as like a third choice centre back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runnerson.
Get
Sell.
rid of him.
So
Bye.
I can't believe we actually bought him because one of our staff recommended him.
Okay.
Mm.
Gunnar Express. Guendouzi.
Keep. Easily keep.
So
Keep him.
Gunnar Solskjaer.
Keep.
I'm more on the sell side than I am on the keep. Just sell.
Okay, so we'll hold on to him for later. Holding, is he also a keep and sell candidate?
Sell.
Yeah.
Sell. Is everyone
Sell.
selling holding?
you know what?
Yeah.
It depends how much.
Yeah.
That's what it just depends on.
20
Not
mil,
really.
I'd
Not really.
20 million, yeah, I would. I'd sell him for
15
20.
mil.
I'd literally
I would
take
sell- I would sell
£4.50
him.
for him, bro. He's shit.
I would sell him if we are getting a good replacement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone's selling. Sead Kolasinac is getting sold.
So
Yes.
Then Torreira.
Sell.
Sell.
He doesn't want to be here.
Okay, so Torreira's gone.
Yeah.
William.
Sell.
immediately.
Keep.
You heard he said he wants to go back to Chelsea now.
Oh, that's it.
Exactly, man. It's done.
Yo, people are saying sell holding. Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone wants to sell holding. Sell Guendouzi. Someone said keep Guendouzi. Okay.
You know, I think
Someone said sell everybody. Every one of them.
Guendouzi's gone anyway after what he did last night anyway, so that just makes it worse.
Yeah. Yo, people, we're at 60 likes. Do me a favor. All I need is 10 of you guys to like the video, and we can get to 70 likes. That'd be great.
Smash like people.
Special likes. Guendouzi. So this is a sticky one.
Do you know what? You know what? I'd keep him because I don't think we'll get enough business done to cover the midfield position.
Okay. Should I add a new row for loan for Reiss Nelson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
He needs a
loan.
loan.
Yeah.
He wants a loan, right?
Yeah.
Add a row. Okay, so let me just. Who's typing? Okay. Loan. What the hell? Okay. So Reiss Nelson goes on loan, and then who else is going on loan? Anybody else? No.
No one.
No.
You could.
So-
I mean, you could loan Willock again if you wanted to. But
At that
and
point,
get-
you're selling.
yeah, true.
Okay.
I think Guendouzi could be a shout for loan.
Okay, what about Willock?
I'd loan him.
Oh.
Selling.
Let's see if
No,
anybody's
you know
saying
what?
anything about Reiss Nelson.
It's the risk. That's what.
Man said keep holding. Yo, man put in a super chat to say keep holding. That WM me. Yo, if you're putting in this £3 super chat to keep holding, I guess we gotta keep him. You guys know what to do. If you want to bring in super chats, that overrules everybody. Next. What else is there? Willock loan. Willock sell.
Yeah, I'll sell him.
Yeah, sell him. He's trash.
Yo, I'm sorry.
I'm
Cant
sorry.
never says keep anybody.
My
Literally,
thing is, though,
I'm keeping Willock. What are you guys saying?
my
No,
thing is
sell
though
him.
is no. My thing is though, Willock
We can
right
sell him
now.
in January.
No,
Hear me out.
No, but then
We can
his
sell
this
him
is my
in
thing.
price
January.
will go down.
but-
His price will go down.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah.
If he right now he's valued at around
He's-
30 to 35 mil.
Yeah, if he
That's
goes for that, yeah, you have to
Exactly.
sell, man.
Yeah, you have
Exactly.
to sell.
Right now,
You get
right
another
now.
Maitland Miles.
no,
And
no.
the other thing I just want to add quickly is he played for Newcastle in a position which is quite similar to the right winger, where he's never going to get into our team.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Guys, You guys smash those likes, people. We're almost at 70 likes. Now we can get to 80.
Wait, why is Willick in keep and everyone's literally said sell?
Willick is in keep because I've said keep. 1 second. So who said sell?
Everyone.
Mostly everyone
Everyone
did.
said,
Everyone said sell.
Yeah.
Someone
yeah.
said Guendouzi and sell. Okay. So that Guendouzi's not
I
in
see you
sell.
over there, Gal. I see what you're doing.
Willick is in sell. Next, Lacazette.
Keep.
Sell.
I'll take keep.
Sell.
1 year
Sell.
extension.
Sell him. Last
Sell.
year of his
Sell him.
contract, you gotta get money.
Sell
Yes,
Lacazette.
1 year.
All right, people in the chat, what are
Maybe.
you guys saying about Lacazette? Sell Lacazette, keep Lacazette. Bernard Down says sell Guendouzi, and I love Pikachu. So a man had Pikachu as his emoji. Willick, keep. Sell Lacazette. Everyone's saying sell Lacazette. Sell he shit, says Cams. Cams, you think everyone's shit, though.
They are.
But he's not
They
wrong.
are,
We have
because
been
they are
fairly
shit.
shit.
No, but my thing is though, Lacazette is basically playing for a big contract. That's what he's playing for. in my
I
opinion.
said that on
Don't
numerous
give it to him,
occasions.
don't
I've
give it
said
to him.
that.
No, but the problem is if Aubameyang is the same that he was this season and Lacazette
Yeah.
is sold,
Yeah.
what do you do then?
That's why I want to
Okay,
sell
so
him out.
now we're coming down to the wire now. I'm gonna go to Gunnar Express. Leno,
Sell. Not good enough.
Gunnar Sols,
Oh, for Leno, yeah, sell him.
Nitish.
Again, depends on who we sign. But
Just
I
say
can.
sell or keep, mate.
I'll keep him.
Ah.
I'll keep him.
Next, who's there?
me.
Willis.
This is a hard one. You know what? It depends on the money, but I'd sell him.
Okay. Next, Corey.
If you get a good price from, sell him.
Okay, so everyone put him in sell. Less people in the comments saying sell Leno. Too many mistakes. Okay. People crying about midfielders not scoring, and Willick does.
But he won't score in this system. He's a very simple, basic footballer. Like he needs a basic system to help him score.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that Newcastle plays is 5-3-2. So that is another.
Listen.
different one.
This is my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willick is the most advanced midfielder in 5-3-2. He's given so much space to run, and he's there to link same maximum. So with Willick is a hard one. In the Arsenal current squad and formation and where he plays, he's going to be played deeper. Yeah, and my thing is that he won't get that same amount of space where he runs.
He makes runs into the box. He won't get that with Arteta the way he plays.
And
He won't.
one of the
There's not
problem-
enough space.
one of the
There's
main
no
problems.
space.
One of the main problems that I've heard from people saying keep Willock is like we don't want another Gnabry. But the thing is, you need to chill out. If he's not good for us, we need to get money in. Where will we get
Hear
money
me out.
from?
Hear me out, guys. Can I change your mind on Willick? If we keep him and he doesn't play well, we can send him out on loan again to raise his price and sell him again.
No, but it's
Yeah,
a one-time
but
thing
that's not a
though.
guarantee, though. You're not
Exactly.
going to get
No,
Wait.
He's
Somebody
listen.
somebody on the terrace said it perfectly right. These players, Lingard, I think it was Terry, Lingard, and especially Willock, right? For me, they're not this good. Yeah, they will not stay this good. They're going through purple patches to try and rescue their career because that's what they're doing.
Agree
They're
with
rescuing
it.
their
I agree
career.
with
Yeah?
that.
And at the end of the day, if we bring him back in, he drops a stinker, which he will, because first off, like Natish said, he can't play under Arteta's system. We've already seen that. His price will then drop. We'll sell him for 10 mil, and we'll be sat here, just like we did with Nketiah, saying, why didn't we sell him for 30 mil in the summer? Why didn't we do that? And yeah, you can say just send him out on loan and he'll play well again, but you can't guarantee that. For me,
Look at Iwobi.
30 to 40 million.
And you want to say you want to be
run
run well. You want to say you want to run well.
How can you compare Lingard and Willick? Willick is 22,
million.
21.
No, but 30
Bruv,
to
the
40
performances,
million,
the performances.
30 to 40 million is a Basuma or the midfielder that we want and need. That can
Okay.
Willock money will buy
So
that.
Newcastle are offering us 20 million. Are you taking that?
No.
No, because they're going to have to
We can
offer
get
more.
higher.
They know that. Newcastle will know they have to
They're
offer.
trying to hardball it because it's the start of the window. We know we can get 25, 30 million easy for him.
Plus,
Look, first off, look at
there's other clubs as
Look at
well.
the Newcastle fans as well. The Newcastle fans, they love Willock. They want
They
him to
adore
stay
him.
more than anything. So they will put as much pressure as they can on Ashley and Bruce to get that deal done. And it might be one of them things where Willock's the only signing they make, but the fans won't care.
Okay, so selling or keeping Joe Willock is a contentious conversation. We can keep that for another day. Right
That's a whole
now,
podcast.
Ainsley.
Sell.
Yeah, sell.
Sell.
So, and then finally, this one today. Whoever's typing, can you please mute yourself? It's very annoying at times. Granit Xhaka.
Terminate.
This one here. This one here. This one here.
Terminate.
Could be the biggest mistake.
You need to make a new level for him.
Whoa.
Terminate.
Hear me out. Selling Granit
Extended.
Xhaka could be the biggest mistake we could make this window.
Oh my
If we
God.
sell Granit Xhaka,
He's made 4 years worth of mistakes.
no,
selling
hear me
him is
out.
not
Hear
a
me out.
mistake.
If we sell
let
Granit
him
Xhaka and we say to ourselves that we're going to keep El Neni and we
Yeah.
sell Granit Xhaka because and El Neni's now our squad depth, are we really getting better?
I'll add to your point.
No,
there is
no,
the
because
AFCON.
We
There
haven't
is
got
the
that since he's
hold on.
joined.
Yeah, go on.
Guys,
One
there
at a
is-
time.
He's
One at a
signed.
time.
We have not been the top four since.
Yeah, let
Hold on.
Natish go.
There is the African Cup of Nations coming up as well. Some of these players are going to
Oh
go.
shit! I forgot.
You need to remember. So Granit Xhaka will be here at that point of time, and we need injury-free midfielders.
Yeah,
we do need
have one.
injury-free.
We have one. His name's Matteo Guendouzi, which is why when everybody says sell him, I just find them stupid because yes, we're
Guendouzi
gonna
and
lose
Xhaka don't play the same role.
I don't care. It's not a point of that. It's a matter of just having a backup midfielder. I don't
No, but
get
it's
what
not
it is.
even that.
No,
We don't. I'm
As
sick
long-
and tired.
no,
I'm
but-
sick and tired of this. Right, this is pissing me off because everybody says, "Oh, you have to have a specific player in a specific area who plays
Yes.
a specific way." Patrick Vieira, what was his style of play? He didn't. He just dominated the midfield. Paul Scholes dominated the midfield. We need midfielders who can do everything because that's how you
no.
become a good team. Look at
but
Kimmich.
Thomas Partey will be
Kimmich
gone
is
for
a
the
player
AFCON.
who can do everything. Yeah, which is why I don't want Basuma.
Listen.
That's why I don't want to buy
Guendouzi,
Basuma.
look. Guendouzi.
Yo, look at this
Guendouzi-
comment.
wait,
You guys
wait,
are
wait.
selling. You guys are keeping. Keep saying sell Granit Xhaka, and you're also selling Guendouzi, Willock, El Neni, and Torreira.
Exactly
fuck-
why I don't want
Who
to
are
sell
you gonna play in
Guendouzi.
midfield? Kendrick Lamar.
No, but you sell Xhaka, keep Guendouzi. Simple.
Exactly.
No,
you
but
sell
listen,
Xhaka, keep
listen, as
Guendouzi,
long
keep
as-
El Neni.
As long as Arteta is in a job, yeah, and he's still the manager of this club, yeah, Guendouzi's getting sold.
Okay, so
That's
we're
how it
keeping
is.
El Neni. We're keeping Willock.
No, we're
No,
not
we're not
keeping
keeping
any.
Willock, man.
No,
We're
we're
not
still
keeping
keeping Willock.
We sell Willock and bring up a Sumer in. Simple. It's not
Okay,
hard.
so you're selling Granit Xhaka. You're
Yeah.
keeping El Neni.
And
Who else
Guendouzi.
are you keeping from the
Yeah,
midfield?
keep El Neni and Guendouzi. That's what I said.
Oh, he sent a
Yeah,
super
keep them
chat.
both.
Oh.
No, why will you keep El Neni though?
I agree
Because
with you,
he's-
Granit
because
Express. I
El
agree with
Neni,
you.
like I don't like El Neni in no way.
Mate,
but
he's
you get what you
basic.
get with him.
Yeah, exactly.
But
He's basic.
someone from it again. I'm going to quote someone from AFTV. I don't even know who it was, but I just remember hearing.
Oh,
it,
man
right?
brought in a super chat, said keep Xhaka. It's over.
Yeah.
No, wait, but
It's over, it's over.
The thing on El Neni is this, right? He's very underrated this season, and I can admit that because I've underrated him in terms of I've said he's shit and he's been crap, but he hasn't. Yes, he's going to pass sideways, but as we need to realise with El Neni, that's what he's going to do. But if he's going to he's going to play, he's going to pass sideways and backwards, but he's going to retain the ball, he's going to do some decent passing and keep in possession, which is what sometimes we just need. Then I'd keep him. To be fair, this season there's not been many games where you can actually say El Neni's been crap. There's no games where he's been amazing or standout-ish, but he's been good. He's been decent every single game. He doesn't make as many mistakes as Granit Xhaka, and his passing is just as good, except it isn't forward. That's about it.
No, that is a major
That's
problem.
literally
The
about
passing not being forward. That is a major problem.
That's why you go and get a good attacking midfielder, someone who isn't Houssem Aouar because he's not good at passing forward, somebody who isn't Ødegaard, who's just crap. You go and get players around him that can do that for him. Partey can pass forward. The reason why he's not is because Arteta's relying on Ødegaard so much to do that, which he isn't doing. It's ruining the system, which is why this system sucks, because it doesn't work properly because he's not got the players to do it.
No, to be honest, Thomas Partey used to lie deeper in Atletico Madrid as well. So
But he's not a DM. He's a box to box.
He used to play more like a DM, though even though he's not a proper DM. But I think we need to get a box-to-box player next to Partey, like a Bissouma, who can do the running and be the workhorse of the team. That
No,
is
I'm
why
not
I'm saying.
Nitish, in
Yeah.
no way am I saying that El Neni should start. No way. I'm just saying
But-
when we need a player to come in every now and then, maybe FA Cup games and stuff, why not?
No, because
What I
I'll tell
don't
you the
get-
reason. Because
wait,
just one thing.
just wait.
Just one
Yeah.
thing.
Why-
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
No,
Oh,
the
yeah,
reason
yeah.
I was saying is
What I don't
Arsenal. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Listen, what I don't get is all of us are talking about Basuma when Fabrizio tweeted earlier today that Basuma is not a priority for Arsenal. So who is?
The priority is Emi Buendia right
Xhaka.
now.
No,
The
no, for
priority
that
is
central
Emi
midfield
Buendia.
role next to but for that central midfield role next to Partey.
No, but even I heard a lot of talk going on that the principal deal with Brighton was done. Only the player terms were left to be agreed.
Yeah. The thing is, right? That so from even what I'm hearing, the deal is basically done. The player wants to join. That's why it's not a priority because they know it's going to be done at some point, so they don't need to put their focus on that.
No, but the issue is
Buendia is
Liverpool
still a
want him.
negotiation going on, so they have to put.
That's
they-
silly. That's so silly, though. We
Yeah, but
need
the
to just get
player's
these
done.
players signed.
It's a done deal,
Yo,
basically.
So make it official
Man
then.
brought in the
It's not
super
done until he
chat. We're
holds the
buying
shirt.
Basuma. Don't worry. We're buying
Exactly.
Basuma.
Oh, Liverpool
they
are
just need to
after
do
that.
it. At the end of the
Liverpool
day,
are
yeah,
after him. I know that, but it's not,
teams
they're
are
not
going to
gonna
come
get him.
in. Teams are going to come in, and yes, he might have already agreed personal terms with Arsenal, but until the deal's actually signed and official, which it isn't, he could easily just say, "Actually,
Yo, what about
I want to
Mavropanos?
go over here."
Loan,
What about
loan,
Mavropanos?
Yeah, loan.
loan,
No, keep him.
loan. Send him to
keeping
Werder.
Mavropanos.
Send him to Werder Bremen or something like that.
I would sell him.
No, keep him, man.
Alright.
No, if you're playing,
send-
if you have William Saliba coming in, where are you going to play him?
You just use him as a bench player. He's not a good. I'm sorry, right? He's played well for Stuttgart, and again, I watched the Bundesliga, and he has played well for Stuttgart. But there's one thing,
Yeah.
right? First off, Stuttgart aren't a good enough team for him to come back and
Yes.
say, "Look how good I've done at this club. I deserve to play." If he does that in a bit, then bye, because you don't deserve to play. But if we just say to him, "Look, you sit on the bench for a season. You do what Saliba will do, which is play every now and then, play the FA Cup games, play the Carabao Cup games, and you prove to us why you deserve to play, then you can stay. Otherwise, we'll sell you. Like give him the option to choose what he wants to do, because he could be a good squad player. Because people forgetting this, we need squad depth. This is why City are so dominant. They have squad depth. They have 2 or 3 world-class players in the same position. And yes, some of them have to be benched, but if you treat them right, you give them the right play time, they will stay.
Okay, yo.
This is why
What I'm
Pep's
gonna
one of
do
the best
is
managers, 'cause
what
he
I'm
has
gonna do
great
is
man
I
management skills.
added a new one. I'm just gonna show you guys this. Where is it? Let me just delete the old one and let me go to the new one. So this one has Aubameyang. We said keep. Aziz, keep or loan.
Loan
loan
him.
Loan,
Yeah.
yeah.
Balogun, keep.
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 Yeah.
Cedric, keep.
Yeah.
Chambers, keep.
Keep.
What are we doing with Ben?
Ben Cottrell.
Loan.
Yeah, loan him.
Loan.
loan.
Elneny, sell.
Keep.
Keep.
Keep him.
Gunduzi. I mean, not Gunduzi. Gabriel, keep.
Keep.
Sell.
No. We're
Keep
keeping
Guendouzi.
him.
The man put super chat.
Yeah, he
in.
put a super chat in, but
Oh,
yeah, sell it.
fucking hell.
Who's this guy? Hens.
We'd keep it. Oh, Hein, get rid of him. He's shocking. He's an absolutely shocking goalkeeper.
Rob
Get rid of him.
Holding, sell. What are we doing with Tyrese Stone, Jules?
Keep him. Loan him. Sorry, loan him.
Loan
Yeah,
Loan him
loan.
again.
Loan him.
Lacazette, sell.
So.
Yeah.
Leno, sell.
So.
Sell for the price.
Matt Macy's already gone.
Yeah, Messi's gone.
Ainsley, sell.
Yeah,
Sell.
so.
Mari, keep.
Murray, keep.
Martinelli, keep.
Gabriel, keep.
Keep.
Matt, what's his name?
Mike Smith.
Matty Smith.
Mike
yeah.
Smith.
Loan him
Loan.
again.
Loan.
He's done
loan.
really, he's done well. on loan. Loan him
Mavropanos.
Loan.
again. I keep him.
I would sell
Yeah,
him.
no, keep
I
him.
would sell.
Keep.
Okay. Reiss Nelson.
Loan.
Loan.
Hey,
Loan,
get Mustafi in
loan.
that keep section.
And
yeah?
Ketia, sell or keep?
So.
Sell.
Sell.
Pate, keep. Pepe, keep.
Keep.
Sell.
Runnerson, loan or sell?
Sell.
Saka, keep. Saliba, keep. Smith Rowe, keep. Terrera, keep. Okay, so sell Terrera,
Mhm.
sell Willian.
Sell with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have to
But-
keep Willock. We can't
No.
sell all these players.
Yeah, we can.
We
You know what? We should keep Willock for another video. We should make a whole podcast.
You're
on
not
it.
in Europe, but you forgot you're not in Europe, so you don't need a massive squad.
Exactly.
We should just make. Yeah.
No, we do still need one because of AFCON
Okay,
and the next.
So
World
you
Cup
guys
coming up.
also we're keeping Xhaka. Bellerin.
Yeah, that's why you got to use. Still can use your
Bellerin's
youth.
being sold. And are you guys signing Matt Ryan just for that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I
yes,
would,
Yes.
I would,
Yes.
sign
Yes.
him. I would, yeah.
Anything below 5 mil.
Okay,
He's
and
a
all
free
these guys
deal.
are going
He's
to
a free
the bin.
deal.
All right, so that's our updated
Matt
lineup.
Ryan's a free deal.
Wait, doesn't it? I've heard that
Is
his contract ends next season.
Yeah, but it does. But I think Brighton have basically just said we just want to get rid of him. We want to get his wages off the books because he has one of the highest wages, and obviously they're not
Carlton, yeah.
playing him.
I'd keep him anyway, but yeah.
Okay,
They're
so
playing,
someone just asked a good
Sanchez.
question. How much money will we get from these players? This is the last thing we're gonna do. So Gunduzi, how much is he gonna go for?
I'm not selling him, so I'm not even entertaining that.
Yep.
Listen. I'm
Let
pretty
me
sure.
get my
Wait.
calculator out. Let me get my
I'm pretty
calculator out.
sure. I'm pretty sure no one on this panel wants to sell him or no do
It's the
Arsenal fans.
super chat.
Okay, yo,
But
let's start from
it's the Arteta tax.
Bellerin. Bellerin, 25 mil.
25 mil.
Plus Willock, 20 mil.
30.
You can get
30.
you can get an average of 20 million for all of the.
Okay,
the
so
favourable players.
Willock and Bellerin have already given us 55 mil. How
Mhm.
much for Torreira?
Probably
About-
less than
about
that.
10.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Probably getting,
The thing
he's
is,
going Boca Juniors.
15 to
We're getting
20.
nothing.
Five?
Between 8 and 10, I'd say for Torreira.
Yeah, he's going Boca Juniors, bro. They
It's-
hardly
yeah,
have no
ten
money.
million?
He's not going Boca Juniors, and they're not going to buy him.
Okay, so 10 million. So we're
Yeah,
at
just say
65
10
million.
10 mil.
Right, we're at 65 million. Okay, so then Willian is free.
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, William 10 million.
Yeah, make some money off. We need to
10
make money
million
off
for Willian.
No one's paying money for Willian.
No, they are. American
Yeah, Inter
teams will.
Miami.
Yeah, they'll
American
pay.
teams
Yeah,
will.
the MLS are willing to pay
we
up to
need
10
some
million.
money from Willian because you spent about 12 mil on his contract just for this season. So we need some sort of compensation.
Okay,
No, we did
okay.
we did spend 12 million on his contract.
Okay.
His base salary is 100K.
I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, yeah, but we're
JL's
Arsenal
just
Football
here for
Club. We're
Willock.
not good at negotiating.
Okay,
Yeah,
yo,
we
let's
can't sell
continue.
for
Let's
shit.
continue. Let's
Yeah, move on.
continue. People in the chat, do me a favor. 8 more likes away from getting to 90. That's amazing. Next. So far we're at 75 million. And how much we getting for Runnerson? 2 million?
I don't care. So just get rid of him.
Probably like 2-3 mil.
Yeah, like $1 million or something.
So that's 77 mil.
Which is
Azan.
crap, man.
Azan.
Yo, what's good, people?
Yeah,
Willock.
what's up, man?
Are you selling him?
Bro, put him back in the keep section. Let's not be reactive with him having such a good loan spell, being on form. Let's not be reactive like our club. Let's bring him back. And there's other people in the keep section that deserve to be sold.
Okay. How much we getting for Eddie and Ketia? 20 mil.
Less
No,
than 20.
because we were offered around
15.
we were offered around 25 mil last year by West Ham, weren't we? So this year he hasn't produced anything. He hasn't lit up the Premier League. So yeah, I'd say 10 to 15 mil max.
Apparently, West Ham want to offer around 20 mil.
Well, if that's
Oh,
the
no.
case, then, bro, I'll bite your hand off. Well, I'll bite their
Well,
hand off.
Tommy, you're a West Ham fan. Would you
I
guys?
don't want
do you guys
Eddie and
give him
Ketia.
20 mil?
What is it?
No,
What is it with West Ham and buying off-form players?
I'm sorry, they're not going to buy him. Surely not. Like they're in the Europa
Like,
League.
yeah,
They don't need Eddie Nketiah. They've got Mikel Antonio.
I don't want him. He wouldn't
Surely
sort
they can
either.
get better.
He'd be so out of depth.
But for
He's like,
£20
wait,
million pounds, right? For £20 million pounds, West Ham can surely get somebody better than that. They're in the Europa League. Remember this, so they can get some decent talent in now. So they need to go and get some. If they get Nketiah, mate, you might as well just forfeit the Europa League because you're not even going to get far in it.
Come on, man. Look at some of the videos of his England under 23 squad performances.
Yo, what about
and
this?
just buy him.
Yo, Azan. What
No.
about Ainsley Maitland-Niles? We didn't sell him last summer. Now we're angry biting we would bite our hand off for that offer that Wolves gave us last summer.
That's what I'm saying, man. Stop with the
I'll take
sentiment.
him.
For Ainsley, I feel it's time to move on, sell him, because he didn't grab the ball by both horns and solidify his right back spot. Now
He
look,
didn't take his
at
shot.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
when you break into the first team, I understand you may have an ideal position.
I thought he did. He
But
just,
unfortunately,
I think
at the time when he was like he wanted to solidify that central midfield position, and he did produce a good few games here and there. But unfortunately, at the time, the players that we have, he wasn't gonna get ahead of them. He wasn't favourite to do so. So when he had that run in at the right back spot with Bellerin being out and injured, he just didn't. For some reason, he didn't want to accept the right back spot. So for me, his mindset is not at the correct place, because if we take it a little back into history, Lauren, the guy was a right winger. The manager asked him to play right spot. He said yes, and look at how he turned out to be. He turned out to be our
You
legend.
misunderstood my question, mate.
Yes, for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I would sell. If we can get 10 to 15 million for him, it's time for him to move on.
All right, bless. My question was not about Ainsley. It was about in comparison to Willock, the panel. Like, in comparison to Willock, do you not see the same history repeating himself with Willock?
Yeah,
No,
that's why I'm
because-
selling him.
No, because Willock hasn't had a full season under his belt, whereas Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he played a full season at the right back spot.
All right, people in the chat, how much would it take for you to say how much would it take for you to refuse? Where you could not refuse the Willock deal if they offer you 35.
30 mil plus.
Yeah.
You have
Bro,
to think about it, right? So
I'll be honest with you, right?
I'll play it like this, right? So Iwobi, we got £40 million for him, right? What if the club turned around and said, "Nah, we don't want to sell him"? It's the same thing, man. Willock is going for way too much. This is the bargain. Like, I don't know why they're paying this much, but I'm taking that all day long, and I'm running, and I went, but I have fucked the receipt.
We're not gonna get offered 40 mil for Willock. Let's be real now.
Yeah, but even 35 or 30 million.
No, we're not gonna get offered that much.
No, but Aslan, you said the same thing about Iwobi.
Like Iwobi had a lot more games under his belt.
Let me
but he
go
didn't
through
have
the
all
comments.
Newcastle played 40 minutes.
One second, guys. Let me go through the comments. They're saying 30 million, 35 million, 30 million, 35, 40. This guy says Mike Ashley won't go anywhere near 40 million if he's trying to sell the club.
Did the same thing with Joe Linton?
Yeah, they paid 40 million for Joe Linton. And if the fans really want Willock, they'll put the pressure on the ball.
Newcastle will pay 20 million for him max. Okay, so 20 million is not enough.
The manager wants him. The fans want him. On the pressure.
Yo, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I've calculated how much it's gonna cost. Guess how much do you think it's gonna cost us?
110 mil.
Okay, so what I've done is I've done Guendouzi. I've gone 25 mil, right? Then I've done Willock is 30 mil, right? Then I've done who's next?
Lacazette.
Holding 15. Holding 15. Lacazette, I think we're gonna get 25.
He's reportedly there's offers in for 30 million for him.
Okay, so Holding, Lacazette. No, that's ridiculous.
I guarantee you, we won't get 20 mil plus for any of those players.
Okay, let me tell you. So 25, 50, 75. Where's Willock? 75. This right here is 100 mil. Those four. Right?
That is impossible.
Exactly, it's impossible.
Bellerin is going for 25. He's
who?
going for 25. Everyone here is going for 25, around 25 each.
Nah, they won't because Guendouzi wants to go to
has 1 year
Marseille.
left.
No, Marseille.
Okay.
Guendouzi.
Guys,
Has 1
let's
year
not,
left.
won't
let's
pay
not
that
get
much.
caught up in the semantics, right?
Yeah.
Then you have guy who's the next most expensive. Then you have Leno, I would say around 20. Then you have my guy Ainsley around 20. You have another guy around 15.
Xhaka for 25.
Then you have
Xhaka won't go for 25.
You will.
before you go to Runnerson, you have William. Okay, so it's gonna go 100. Then it's gonna go, I would say 170. 170 this whole top row, and then I'll say 150 to 170 million for all of them.
No, impossible.
No.
Would you look at those group of players and say that's 150 million combined?
Impossible.
No,
At
it's
the end of the
not.
day,
It's not.
Let me do the math.
25,
25, 25,
We're just not going to
25.
sell that many players because we're a stupid, sentimental.
25, 25, 25, 25. That's 100 mil right there. Then you got 15, 15, 15. That's 45 mil, right? Then you got another 20 million from them. That's 65 mil. And then the remaining guys is about 5 to 10 million.
We won't get that much.
Bro, the two keepers that you've got, Runnerson and the other
Fine.
we're not getting more than $1 million for them two.
That's what I said. I said Torreira and the two keepers are about 10 million combined.
Can I ask you guys why is El Nene, Xhaka, and Chambers still in the keep section?
Xhaka was a super chat, but we all said get rid of him. El Neni, because for me at least, I feel that I'd rather keep El Neni and Guendouzi rather than get rid of rather than keep Xhaka. And then Chambers.
You know what we can do? We can do this. We can do this when we do the season review. But I'm thinking, since the season review was supposed to be tonight, I'm gonna move it to tomorrow night, and we'll just do it tomorrow night. Cool?
Cool.
And then, Gunnar Sauls, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it, bro. My guy.
Yeah, big up.
Then we got Natish who came on. We got Sahal who came on. We have Gunnar Express, Realist. We got my guy Corey in the chat who came on. We got Azan and Tommy, the West Ham fan, always has to come on and show us some love. Appreciate everyone who's been in the chat. Over 91 likes right now, guys. Let's at least get it to 100. That would be nice. And then we're gonna keep it moving, guys. Appreciate everybody watching. If you're your first time here, or your second time here, or your third time, or your first time ever watching, appreciate it. And don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe, and hopefully we can get some transfers done. We're still being linked to some big players, and I'd love to see Basuma and India come through that door anytime now, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a long summer. Silly season's upon us. But yeah, I'm out. Peace, people. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget